What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our Pokemon TCG Pocket, and it's been a minute since I've actually recorded with the gameplay here and looking at it, so it's gonna be back. But yeah, so we today are gonna be looking at different grass type decks that you can currently build with the new cards that came out in Celestial Guardian. There's a number of ways you can build any deck at the moment. Easily there's like a million options with even the first one, Decidueye, because Decidueye uses colorless energy to be able to do what it needs to do, right? It has Pierce the Pain for 2 colorless energy, which does 100 damage to any of your opponent's Pokemon that has damage on it, which means that you can bench snipe. You don't need to have Cyrus, you don't need to have Serena, you just need to literally play 2 of any energy color and put it on Decidueye, and it can start hitting the back really hard. So this thing pairs really well with bench snipers, with spread damage, in any way, shape, or form, right? With Greninja, with Darkrai, with whoever you want. It can really do a lot of things, but it also has a move for 2 grass energy in Razor Leaf, doing 80, which is not awful, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like 2 energy for 80 is okay. It's not great, but it's neither here or there. There are plenty of options that you can run with it. So I do have about 4 different decks, not just with Decidueye, but even with the new card Serena as well, because Serena is another card that is very interesting as well. Basically, it sort of kind of is a mini Celebi, where you're able to kind of 3 combo, and so you do 3 coin flips and do 50 damage for each heads. This is Kangaskhan on steroids, basically, because you're doing, instead of 30, it's 50, and you get 3 shots out of it instead of 2. So you can potentially do 150 damage if you get coin flips properly, and so I have a number of decks. So this is the one that I want to show you first. This is Decidueye with Lurantis. Lurantis is another Pokemon that was introduced in in Galactic, whatever it's called. Galactic, not even Galactic. I literally have already, like, Celestial Guardians. There we go. So anyways, in Celestial Guardians, we did get Decidueye and we did get Lurantis. Lurantis does 20 damage to every Pokemon on the field on your opponent's side of the field. So their active Pokemon takes 20, every one of their bench Pokemon takes 20, and this immediately enables Decidueye to be able to attack the bench for another 100 damage. So you're looking to get a couple of hits off with Lurantis, potentially get it down to, like, maybe you're kind of hoping to get 60 off of everything on the bench, you know, if you can even get that. And then you're kind of just going in with 2 Decidueyes in the back, and you're kind of switching around. All of these Pokemon are 1 retreat cost, which makes it really easy just to switch out. And then you're rocking your standard 2 Pokeballs. This one we're rocking 2 rare candies with 1 of the middle stage evolution. Basically this gives us 2 Rowlet. This particular Rowlet we're using the nighttime one because that also does some bench sniping. But this rare candy basically enables you to have 3 of the middle stage evolution. But if you do have Rowlet on the field and it's eligible to evolve, you just have to have Decidueye in your bench, or in your hand, and you can immediately go to it. So turn 2 of you getting your turn, you can actually evolve. So this deck does really well going second. Actually, this deck has nice functionality in it overall, because Lurantis actually wants to go first. You want to be playing a fungus or whatever it's called. You want to be playing that Formantis, sorry. You want to be playing Formantis turn 1. You want to get that initial turn where you can evolve into Lurantis, and then for your first energy commitment, you're now doing 20 damage. So that's sort of kind of what you want, and then you want to slowly be building these Decidueyes in the back that are now able to just come in when Lurantis has everything chipped down, and you can very easily switch back and forth, right? It's only 1 energy commitment. You're only going to need the 1, and you're going to have 2 energy on it to begin with to do the attack. Switch it down to 1. You're still 1 energy away. When you do decide that you're going to put your Lurantis back up, you can start chipping again. And so this deck is really designed to be a 4 prize game if you're playing that way. So A lot of switching in this deck. You're rocking with one Poison Barb. I'm trying Poison Barb over Rocky Helmet. I think in the long term, if something is in your active slot that's really bulky for your opponent, and you're just going for Lurantis for 20, you're not really doing that much damage. Like, the Rocky Helmet is not going to make up for the fact that you're probably going to get knocked out in a turn. Especially when those big basics like Solgaleo get going or whatever like that. Like, they knock out Lurantis from full. So, what you need to, even with a cape, so what you need to do is be poisoning it. So you're doing the 20 chip damage, and then poison lasts the entire time as long as it's in your active slot. And so potentially there's more damage there over Rocky Helmet, which is why I'm trying it out. Also in the Celestic Guardians, there was a new grass type specific cape that gives 30 HP instead of 20. Basically this gives Decidueye to 200 HP, and it does end up living every hit in the game, including yeah, it lives everything in the game, basically. The only thing it doesn't live is Charizard Genetic Apex version, and that's still something that one-shots everything in the game. So, and then really the rest of these supporter cards rate your press of research pretty standard. We don't need to run Sabrina and Cyrus because Decidueye just attacks the bench anyways. So does Lurantis, so does Rowlet. So there's plenty of ways. We don't really need to worry about that. So what we focus on is healing. This is what grass types do best. One Erica and 2 Lily. Lily is a stage 2 specific healer that gives you 60 HP back instead of 50. But you can use one Erica on Lurantis, but honestly, you're probably letting Lurantis go down and then having your Decidueye, and then you have like 120, you have like 170 healing here. So you can basically heal a Decidueye from full, which is kind of crazy. The second version of this that has done well so far in early tournaments, obviously the decks at this point, the meta's still too new, but to really get like concrete, like this is how you play it. So this is why I'm giving you options. But Rowlet, no middle stage Decidueye. Froakie, 1 Frogadier, Greninja. Greninja is one of the best dual energy Pokemon that you can use. And so really what you want to do here is you're playing water and grass energy. Greninja is really your bench sniper, that instead of Lurantis, it's now Greninja. But Greninja is also able to do 60 damage to your active Pokemon, to your opponent's active Pokemon versus Lurantis, which can only do 20. So there's more damage there. You're obviously using an extra card to have Frogadier in there, but it's only really one extra card to be able to have this lineup. Now, because you're running 2-stage evolutions, there is a lot more chance of you bricking. And so we're actually running Iono in this one. Because you're not running any middle stage of Decidueye, you're probably only going to be playing 1 Decidueye in this game, and then you're probably looking to play 2 Greninjas. Pyukumuku is an extremely strong lead, able to do 50 damage when it gets knocked out to your opponent, and in the meantime does a little bit of chip damage. I paired this again with the Poison Barb, so that you do a little bit more long-term damage, and then the cape can be used for whoever you want. Oricorio is also a splash in this deck. Oricorio completely shuts down EX decks. They're actually unable to target it in any way, shape, or form, meaning that you can't get Darkrai pinged, you can't get, attacked by anything, and so you can actually just sit here. If your opponent's playing full EX, you just sit there with Oricorio in the active slot. As long as you don't get Cyrus or Sabrina, you can just Greninja snipe them from the bench until you win, which is kind of wild. And then here, that's basically the deck for this one. So those are the 2 kind of Decidueye decks that have actually shown some results in some of the early tournaments that have been played. Then we move on to like Meowcarada and Serena. Obviously, we know from the last set that Meowcarada is an EX Slayer. Like, it does double damage when it does more than double damage when it's fighting against an EX Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that does like to go second because you get to Sprigatito and you can search out your Pokemon a lot easier. And then we're just running a splash of Bonsweet, Steenie, and Serena. The biggest problem for Meowcarada is always that it just doesn't do a lot of damage against non-EX Pokemon. And Serena has the potential to do 150, so yeah, so it's sort of kind of that. We're playing one Steenie, even though you might still, and one Florgatito. It basically means that you're running 2 of both, and then you get to have rare candy. Because this is a full grass lineup, we can actually run 2 capes on this one. Meowcarada always benefited from a cape, and Serena also really benefits from cape. And so having 30 extra HP brings it to like 160 and 170, which is very, very high HP stats for basic, for non-EX Pokemon. We're running 2 Leafs, because we don't really need the Lilies in this one. And then we're also running 1 Serena. Serena allows you to switch. And then we're running 1 Guzma. Guzma actually removes all your opponent's items from the side of the field, puts them in their discard pile. So one of the big problems early on is that Serena, that Meowcarada, they don't have a lot of raw damage, and so or when they do have damage, it's kind of hit or miss. And so being able to take away items from Pokemon that you actually need to get KOs on is actually a big deal. Not getting poison's a big deal. Not having your opponent have 20 extra HP is a big deal. And not letting them have a Rocky Helmet is also a big deal for your longevity. And then we have another one that's more all-in Serena. This one rocks the 2-1-2 line of Serena. You're still going to rock 2 rare candies so that you do have the maximum amount of chances of getting it. And then we're also rocking a Celebi. This is a complete coin flip deck, but it is all in on healing. And so you have another 2 Leaf Capes. You're rocking 2 Professor's Research, 2 Erica, 1 Sabrina, 1 Cyrus, 1 Iono, just so that you have plenty of ways to search around. Because of the fact that you actually kind of want all of the Pokemon that are around, communication isn't as strong, although you could very easily switch Iono for communication. And then 1 Mallow. Mallow is a specific card that helps Serena heals back up to full HP, but then it also loses the energy commitment that it has. And because it's only a 1 energy attacker, it's actually not a big deal. You just put the 1 back energy on, and then in the meantime, you're just putting the Celebi in the back, and you're getting to attach every single turn to Celebi until it becomes this Pokemon that just will one-shot everything. The cape does wonders for Celebi, allowing it to be at 160. Makes it live a lot of hits that it wasn't otherwise living. And then yeah, so these are the 4 grass type decks that we have today. I'm gonna play a couple games on the ladder. Honestly, I've been testing on the ladder, and I think that's a mistake because my ranked at the moment is just genuinely awful. Like, testing these decks to make them work, like going 500 testing the decks and making sure, and it's just like, should I be just doing this in offline mode? But we're here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a couple games with each one just so you guys can see how the decks work, and then go from there. So I think we're gonna start off with just the one that we did in order, Decidueye Lurantis. We'll get a couple games in, and then we'll switch to the next one and see what. All right, so we're here for game number 1 with Decidueye Lurantis. We're going up against a Steel type, so this is probably Solgaleo. We are going second, so we are going to get first energy advantage. This actually does work. I don't actually have a rare candy or Decidueye in hand. This is going to be a bit of a slow start for us. I'm probably going to have to evolve into Dactric, and then probably stick a Poison Barb on this, just to kind of have the options. Oh, it's actually Regigigas. Ooh, okay. So this is going to be... So they're going to have Lunala here to spike the energy onto Regigigas when they can. So very, very scary. So I need to kind of figure out what I want to target here. I can target the battery. I can target the transfer Pokemon. But I don't really know what the... There's the Decidueye. I'm going to play the Pokeball here first. I don't need anything specific. But what I do need is to try to get rare candy here. Okay, there's my rare candy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target you. I don't need to put this on yet, but I am going to play my 2 Fomantises. And if they switch me, it's not a big deal. And what I'm going to do is just start hitting... I'm going to hit Giratina right away. If I can take care of the battery before they ever get Cosmog set up, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Okay, there's Iono. And our perfect hand for this is gone now. Okay, there's the Decidueye. And there's a rare candy. So we get it all back anyways. So we didn't get punished too badly. They're still looking for the Cosmog. They don't get the Cosmog. Okay. So because they don't get Cosmog, I'm just going to very quickly do this. Rare candy up. Into Decidueye. And then I can start piercing the pain onto you. Is there... Yeah, you're not going to be able to. So I'm just going to hit this. There we go. My opponent won't really be able to switch much either. And I don't think they're going to be able to get out of me just knocking out this Giratina right away. And then I can kind of slow play this thing here. Okay, there's a second Giratina. Yeah. Okay. So I get Lurantis here, so just evolve that. I'm actually going to stick a Poison Barb. Do I need to stick a Poison Barb on this right away? Not really. Not really. Okay, so I can pierce the pain. I'm going to knock out this right here. And that's 2 points down. Even if they get me at this point, what I think I'm going to do for right now anyways, is I'm going to switch into Lurantis. Because then I'll do 20 damage to both of them. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the extra energy onto here. Retreat back to you. Then go for Lurantis, do 20 to each of them. If I can get one more hit off, there's that 60 on that Cosmog too. But if you can go into Lunala, I don't have any way of stopping Lunala from ramping this Regigigas. So I need to just make sure that Lurantis stays in my active and can punish. Okay. This is not a dead Pokeball, so I'm gonna play it. And then let's just get another Rowlet going. And then I'll do the chip here. And if you evolve right into Lunala, it is what it is. But this Regigigas is in range, and if it ever attacks me, then it has no choice. Nothing has damage on it, so Osiris is like kind of dead in their hand. I don't really think they can stop me switching and just attacking. They're gonna Sabrina. That's totally fine here. I'm just gonna go to this Fomantis. I'm gonna let it go down. And then I'll do the 100 damage with the Decidueye. Call it. Yeah, them not attacking actually doesn't change anything on this. I still just retreat, switch into the Decidueye, and I pick up the KO on pretty much anything that I want, but we're gonna pierce the pain, and we'll do it onto this Gigas, and GG's to my opponent. Yeah, So that's sort of kind of how you play with Decidueye and Lurantis. All right, deck number 2, Decidueye and Greninja. Let's see what we can do with this. We're slowly getting up the Great Ball ladder. It's been a bit of a grind. We need to go on a little bit of a win streak here and really just get out of this tier, right? It's so tough. Like the last set, like I just did not get to play very many games, and so I like got to Ultra Ball 1 and then I just didn't play again. So okay, so we're playing up against a fire type deck right away. The fact that we're forced into a Rowlet lead is a little painful. Because yeah, this is definitely going to be either a solo Charizard or there's gonna be Charizard Incineroar. And that's a little painful. So number 1, I do want to be able to poison this if it attacks me, because I can't do anything else. So this is sort of kind of where we're at. This is a tough start. Froakie would have been significantly better in this situation, because it's going to do 40 damage right away, but we get the poison. So, you know, each their own. If I don't get another basic here, I do just lose, though. Really need a basic. Pyukumuku and Oricorio. I will gladly accept playing this. I don't need Decidueye per se, but what I will do is switch out, retreat into Pyukumuku, and that way there, if you attack me, yeah, if you attack me, at the very least, you'll take 50 damage, and then I go to Oricorio and I stall it out. So the fact that Oricorio is here means that I can stall out this game. Yeah, there's Litten. You're gonna do 30 damage here, that's fine. It would have been nice to be able to poison. It would have been nice to get Pyukumuku earlier and do that, but I needed the Charmander to actually be there. There's Greninja. We got a second Greninja. I am just going to stick the energy here, though. Maybe a mistake, but we're gonna sprinkle water here. And that does 40. So if you can't evolve, you can't attack. Is effectively what that does. If you get Torracat, I think it's the same situation. Yep, so you're just going to take the knockout here, which is fine with me. And I guess from here, you're probably going to try to... Yeah, so we're going to switch into Oricorio. I could really use a Froakie here. Could really use one. Second Rowlet. Okay. Let's hit you with this. And I guess at this point, we're just rare candying into you. And we'll be ready if you want to attack. Okay. So I can pierce the pain if... Yeah, there's a cape. Now you have to look for combustion, though. Okay, now you're at full, though. Okay, so now I'm gonna need... I should have maybe put the water energy on Oricorio. This was probably the mistake that I made here. There's Serena. Okay. That's okay. We at least know they don't have Decidueye in hand, though, but I will take that poison, and now you're stuck again. So there's a Froakie, finally. There's you. I'm now going to retreat by removing the water energy. Back into Oricorio. And yeah, end our turn there. And now the chip is there. I just need to put Decidueye back out. Pulls in Cyrus again. Okay. They do win if they get rare candy here, though. They don't have it. Okay, they don't have it. They don't have it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so 50 damage here. But they've now used their Cyrus hand. So, like, I really highly doubt that they even have what they need here. We're gonna go into you. Go into you. Here I just Razor Leaf and win the game. There we go. So, bit of a weird one. Bit of a weird one. Getting into a little bit of a war there, but we were starting to get it. We didn't have the greatest start, but we got lucky that they didn't have rare candy, and I think ultimately, like, that is, yeah. Alright. Going second, which is perfect for Meowcarada build. And I actually get a Bond Sweet lead, but I do get the Serena and a rare candy right away, which is... Ooh, and we're also going up against Brigatito. Okay. So if this is a mirror matchup, we're actually in a slightly better situation, I think. Because they can't go for Sprigat... Like, they're gonna... Like, they can't, like, get their search off right away. Meanwhile, I can't. So, let's just do this. Okay. Another one of you. It really does depend as to whether or not I'm going to need Brigatito. I don't really want to get in a situation where we're switching just yet, so maybe I'm just going to do this. I can't rare candy yet because it's the first turn. Let's just go for Stampede here. Do our 20 damage. If you end up in Meowcarada, you can't attack. So it's not really an issue. But you're most likely going to cry for help. I am most likely going to... Yeah. So now you're going to do it just to live the hit. Yep. So 120. So if we get positive head roll here, we do technically pick up a KO. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to go grab my Pokemon. Okay, so now we end up in this situation where we have everything available to us. Let's just rare candy up. Get Serena on board. It would have been real nice to get... Okay, so now we're going for a 3-kick combo. 2 heads here would be incredible, but we only get 1, but that's okay. So here again is the problem, right? We're in a coin flip game. Now we need to get 2 heads in the next one, but we do not get this Meowcarada. If you have a Leaf Cape, you'll get 30, which will bring you to 100. Celebi's interesting, I guess. Yeah, you're only going to attack me for 60 because I'm not an EX. So I will win this matchup here. I could even delay it a little bit. There's Guzma. Guzma's actually useful in this situation, though. But I kind of want to just get these guys ready to go. And I'll wait on this rare candy. They could Iono, but I don't think they're going to. And I think I'm probably free here. They might have a Giovanni, but I think I'm free to just 3-kick combo here. And if I can get 2 heads, there we go. I knocked this out. And they have no energy attachments anywhere. And I can really now start punishing something because Meowcarada is going to knock out a Celebi. And so I think that's what I'm going to try to do. If you don't play another Pokemon... Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Serena. Sure. I mean, both Sprigatitos, doesn't really matter. But 40 damage here. So we're gonna... Sabrina. They actually set me up, actually, because otherwise I would have just, I would have actually taken an extra turn here. Rare candy up. Meowcarada. 130. GG's. Done like dinner. Alright, so we're here with Serena Celebi. This is the funnest one in my opinion, but it's also the most like coin flippy, and so this one can either go really well. Oh my goodness, my chair almost fell over. Oh my goodness. My chair almost fell over, but you know, coin flips are always scary, right? You're playing a 50-50 game right from the start, and you're really just hoping to have more coin flips than your opponent to win you the game. So this is a scary proposition. We're going up against Psychic. Looks like we're actually going to be leading. We have the option. We have 2 Bond Suites and Celebi. Let's just play them all, because there's no point not playing them. Okay, so we're good here. And this is going to show our opponent pretty clearly what we have available to us. But, okay, this is Snorlax Giratina. Okay. So the question is really, what is the last Pokemon in this? Is this a... Oh no, this is definitely going to be, like, Lunala. Okay. So Lunala works for me. I mean, you're going to take a little while to get ready anyways, so we can just really Professor's Research here. We do get a rare candy, another Pokeball. That Pokeball is unfortunately dead for us, though. Let's just play this. Do our 20 damage. At this point, I can start setting up Celebi pretty much from full. I actually don't even really need to go for this Bond Suite. Like, I could have just straight gone for Celebi, but we're okay. So this is probably Berry to get the Snorlax going. But if they don't have Berry, they're not going to play anything, which is also interesting. Okay, there's a Steenie. I'm just going to play the Steenie. That's fine. I don't... Okay, so 30. 30, we get 60 out of that. Perfect. This is effectively Kangaskhan with less HP. Is effectively what Steenie is. But I do want to save my first cape for Celebi, just in case something happens. But we're on a pretty good start here. There's Lima, pulls it back. This is going to go into Giratina, and then this Giratina can do 130. Yeah, this is going to do 130. That is also the option. I completely forgot about Lima. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, there's nothing really we can do, right? Like, we're kind of just stuck in this, I guess I can make you have to attack again, do another 20 to yourself. Yeah, it's kind of what I just have to do. If, for some reason, you, yeah. This is what I gotta do. Which does mean that I shouldn't have attacked the Snorlax. I should have put the energy onto Celebi, and then Celebi would have had 4 energies to do something here. Do the 20 chip. You're gonna Mars. That's fine. Serena, Mallow, Erica. Okay. So unfortunately, I got kind of overrun by this. Now a 3 coin flip, I win the game right here. 3 coin flip, I win the game right here. Rare candy. There's nothing. I will be able to Erica, but I really need at least a 2 coin flip heads. Does get me close enough. Perfect. So 10 HP left. If you knock, you have to have red. But if you have red, no wait, red doesn't even pick up a KO, right? Yeah, red doesn't even pick up a KO because red only gets the 150. So this is incredible. I can get this. I can potentially get this. Celebi only gets stronger every turn. This might be considered a comeback. Come on. I think you're best to attack and hope for Berry. Okay. You have Berry. Pokeball. Okay. Now, the fact that I've lost both Bond Suites, it's Celebi or nothing, which is a little sad. There's Berry, so there's 100 damage. I can heal off 50 here right now. I can heal off 50 right now. You're asleep. Kind of actually would love to get Cyrus here. No, I got an Erica here. Got an Erica here. Okay. Really need the coin flips to go my way here. Only get one coin flip, so I actually think that means that we just lose. I think that means we lose. But you never know. I'm at 110 HP. I do technically live on 10 HP, but that definitely gave them the time. So yeah, I'm 1 energy short this entire game because I put the energy on the Bond Suite to do 20 chip on something that just ran away. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake on my part, for sure. But you never know what type of build you're playing, right? So, here, I'm gonna do this. You have a lot of cards in your hand, but I really need healing cards. Okay. And I didn't get any of them. Okay. 200 damage there. I will get 1 point, but then lose here. Actually, not yet. Not yet. There's 8 cards left in the deck, and I just unfortunately just didn't top deck any of the ones I need. If I get a single Cyrus or Serena, I'm pretty sure that I win this. I'm pretty sure. There's a Comfey. Ooh, that's actually really cool. You can't get status because you have Psychic Energy onto it. That's a really cool tech. That's a really cool tech. Okay, there's a Cape. Actually, no. Yeah, no. Cyrus or Sabrina works. I just need it. I just need it. I need to top deck it. Part of the cards. Okay, I need to Erica here. Give myself a shot. At 160, I also avoided everything as well, so I guess that's fine enough of a top deck. And now the coin flip should really start rolling in my favor. 4 coin flips is going to pick up a KO here. Alright, so you're going to be able to do 150 with red. And I have another Pokemon here at 10 HP, potentially. So I think we win as long as we don't just absolutely brick on the next coin flip. Yep, 130. We definitely bricked on cards that we could have drawn. There's another Leaf Cape. There's another Rick. There's still a Cyrus and Sabrina chilling in the bottom of this deck. That is insane. Okay, 7 coin flips here to get 3 heads. 4 heads, got them. GG's at the very end. Celebi solos the end of this game. And good game to my opponent. But of course, again, the coin flip variance of this is crazy. But let me know what you guys think about these 4 decks in the comment section down below. Let me know what one was your favorite. Let me know if there's anything I can tweak about these, because I'm also trying to get better at this as well. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys the next time.